Wow. July 2019 has gave us an insane Forbidden List, hitting not just every competitive deck in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, but also hit some decks that really weren't that good. On the flip side, it did give us relevancy to some viable decks or some semi-viable decks, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the best decks of the format. Now, I know you guys are really excited about this video and possibly want to see an underrated decks of this format, so make sure you destroy that like button, like it up. Let's try to get to 500 likes, and we'll get you with a second part. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then want to destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. Also want to give a special thanks to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. And a mad shout out to our newest Patreon, Seb. Welcome to the clan, man. You officially in it. So without further ado, I present to you the best decks of the July 2019 format. So Konami has always had a hidden agenda for elemental heroes, always finding a way to push them into relevancy until Elemental Hero Stratos got banned. It felt like the Fire Nation attacked. It seriously did when Stratos got banned, because he did nothing to no one. Fast forward a few years later, not only did Elemental Hero Stratos come off the list with a Hero Lives getting limited, we also have been receiving hero support filling non-stop. This time around, we got some Vision Hero monsters that propelled heroes to the top of the bottom of the map, because they weren't just there. Then the Forbidden List came out and hit every single deck and gave us Elemental Hero Stratos to 2. The last time we had Elemental Hero Stratos at more than 1, it was a tier 0 deck. Coming back, I think Elemental Hero Stratos have a strong play. You can make Vision Hero Trinity to OTK your opponent. You now have even more searchers to deal with. I mean, seriously, double Stratos feels like just way too much. That with your triple E call, you're gonna be able to search every elemental hero you want, you're gonna be able to fuse however you want, and then make any elemental hero monster. I haven't even started talking about the masked hero monsters in Dark Law, being a one-sided macrocosmos that punishes your opponent for searching. Oh man, elemental hero monsters have that easy track into being one of the best decks of the format. So the next archetype we are going to talk about is actually the opposite of Solomon Grade, fighting for dominance of the best Cyber's deck. Marine Cess that comes out in the Rising Rampage set has so much potential. You have your Marine Cess Blue Tang, which feels like Solomon Grade Foxy. After you use it for a link summon, you can excavate cards from the top of your deck and then add Marine Cess cards from your deck to your hand. You also have Marine Cess Mandarin, which feels like Solomon Grade Spinny. Special summoning it to a link arrow, and all you have to do is control water monsters. But the best card is its trap card. I think it's called Marine Cess Wave. It allows you to negate an opponent's card effect. If you control a Link 2 Marine Cess monster, you can have all of your monsters unaffected by card effects, but if you control a Link 3 or higher Marine Cess monster, you can activate this card from your hand. The deck also plays really well with your frog concept, being able to make a totally awesome off of your rodent tonans or your swap frogs, and can even play with paleo. I feel that it has a higher ceiling than Solomon Great because while it doesn't have all of the cards, water cards just in general seem to be a little bit better than fire. All in all, this deck feels really good to play. I'm excited to play it, and I know you guys are excited to watch it. It could just be a very, very good deck into this format. Ah, yes, how can I talk about Marine Cess without talking about Solomon Great? It did just get hit by the Forbidden List, yes, losing the Solomon Great Circle and Solomon Great Gazelle. But I have an analogy I've been telling people online, and I'm telling my boy TJ right now. TJ, let me know this. If we are racing right now, and I'm dusting you like normal, all right? And gravity hits us, and I become slower and you become slower, am I still winning?
I mean, it should affect us the same, so yeah.
This is exactly what the Forbidden List did for Solomon Great. Like, it hit Solomon Great to a point where it is a slower paced deck. But then the same Forbidden List turned around and hit all of the meta decks. Yes, there are some decks that have gotten a lot better, but Solomon Great still will receive support, at least for the very near future. The deck still has Solomon Great Gazelle, which is one of the more powerful cards in the arsenal, but it also has Signet Mining, which now must become a mandatory card to get you into your cards, and it's still a really powerful card to play with. You still have your Salamangreat Sunlight Wolves, your Salamangreat Roars and Rages. The deck has not changed. It's gotten a little slower in a format where everything has gotten slower. So don't fret, Salamangreat players. You're still one of the best decks of the format. A deck that did get hit by the Forbidden List inadvertently, losing one terraforming Subterra, actually got better by gaining a third super polymerization. This deck doesn't need its extra deck, so you literally just gave it a more or another going second option. Being able to fuse your opponent's monster so you can get on the board with Subterra is going to be a lot more scary. And I haven't even started talking about what Subterra actually does. You have your Subterra Guru. This is your best card of the deck because it can search you Subterra monsters like your Subterra Fiendus, which is a hand trap that negates your opponent's activations and flips the Guru back face down. Like, when Konami was making Subterras, they expected us to play all of them. We just saw Guru and Fiendus. It was like, these are two really good cards in tandem. With that, we can splash in a whole bunch of other cards. Guru actually does provide a little bit of disruption if you control another Subterra monster, flipping cards face down. But we also play cards like There Can Be Only One, which forces the opponent to not be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! If they're playing a mono deck. And then now we have Solemn Judgment at 3. So yeah. Subterra got a lot better by losing a terraforming. That's a small price to pay for salvation. Cyber Dragon is another deck that just benefited from the list. Like, let's do a checklist, ladies and gentlemen. Is Hertz, Core, Dingirsu, any of those cards hit? Machine Duplication hit? Okay, proceed to play Cyber Dragons. The deck has always been good, especially against decks that like to make extra deck boards. So as long as you're not playing against a great Subterra player who just doesn't care about the extra deck, you'll always be able to turn that extra monster zone into a mega fleet. And if Sky Strikers do stay into the meta, Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon is still a card that can take care of their Sky Striker Ace Suzukus or their Sky Striker Ace Kagaris. I mean, the deck doesn't even have to do all of that to be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Very strong at OTKing you with Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon and still having access to a whole bunch of Xseed monsters like Constellar Pleiades and of course Cyber Dragon Infinity. The deck I don't think will ever be a tier 1 deck because then players will just start playing Chimera Tech in their extra deck, and that'll be a sad day. But there are a little bit of, there are a couple of things around that. Playing Dingirsu gives you access to be able to disrupt your opponent's cards and gives you a really nice tool to play with whether you're going into your link plays or just want to have a huge monster on your side of the field. Cyber Dragons are pretty strong. I have a saying about Sky Striker. The saying is, they have a spellbook of judgment on drugs because the spellbook of judgment can be searched 6 ways. You have 3 mobilizing gauge, well 9 ways. You have 3 mobilizing gauge, you have your 3 Shizuku, you have your airspace area 0 if you decide to play that in 3s. The deck is unfair because of that one card. The Forbidden List put that one card to 1. But here's the thing, it's not banned. It's not the end of the world for Sky Strikers in a meta where everything got slower. Are Sky Strikers a lot worse? Oh yes, definitely. But they still have Widow Anchor, which just so happens to be a Mind Control and a Forbidden Chalice. They still have their main Searcher card through Mobilize Engage, which is an Upstart Goblin plus a reinforcement of the army. They still have all of their links at the exact same numbers, as well as Sky Striker Ace Ray. I'm tired of people saying that this deck is no longer good anymore. Every single time a Forbidden List comes around, it touches the deck still proves to be good. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it will be a lot more fragile than before, but what doesn't kill you will only make you stronger. I need you to hurry up now. All right, I'll stop. The last strategy we are going to talk about is a strategy that just did not get hit like directly on the list. Yes, it lost Phantom Knight's Rusty Bardish, and yes, the Danger Monsters went to 2, but Custis still standing there. Seriously, guys, think about it. No, you won't be able to make your Rusty Bardish double Fog Blade boards, but you guys were probably misusing it anyways. You have Orcus Crescendo, which is a free negation. You also have Longirsu, which prevents your opponent from going through the extra deck if you play it right. Topologic Bomber Dragon completely wipes the board every time your opponent summons a monster to where a link arrow points to. Orcus is still pretty good, and that you still, as long as you can make 2 monsters on the board, you can pretty much pull off this combo. So Orcus is now a splashable engine in so many strategies that can be pretty dominant on its own. I don't think that this deck is going anywhere, and yes, while losing Rusty Bardish does hurt, the deck will still be able to survive. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of The Cali Effect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see those underrated decks, smash that like button. Let's try to get to 500 likes. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day, like I am.